Yo, it's KT, Oregon and Park. So today we went up to Lake Tahoe, California to meet up with former super producer Got Slapz. Got Slapz is from Seaside, California, but is most known for being a Bay Area producer, and he's now turned tow truck CEO. Before starting his tow truck company, he was one of the Bay Area's top producers and is credited with working with artists such as The Jacka, Filthy Rich, DB the General, HD Bareface, Spice One, Livewire, Diz Latin, and more. So I wanted to know what made him transition from producing beats to truck driving, and how does he feel about what he does now compared to what he did before.
Yeah.
What we got right here, man?
What's up? That's the kid Got Slapz, man. The young OG, man. Seaside, California, man. But I'm out here in Rapper's Paradise. I don't even know where we at, but there's a lot of trees.
That's right, man. So what brings you out here this way?
You know, I moved to NorCal 10 years ago. We was trying to get out of home. Back home, there's not a lot of opportunity back home, unless you got probably like a college degree or a lot of education. There's not a lot of opportunity in Seaside. So it seemed like I was seeing a lot of people that were making it out the hood were doing good, like moving to big cities and trying something new, just exploring something different. They was doing better. So I was like, maybe I gotta leave too, you know. And when I first came to NorCal, I was chasing the green rush. I came out here in the green rush. It was like 2013, you know. It was medical back then, and it was a dope time. And you know, we got it in, and you know, I got all types of homies that own dispensaries. They're all legal, legit, you know. So I was fucking with the homies from Sacramento, and yeah.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm a tow truck driver. I mean, I was a gangster rap producer for my whole entire life. That's what I did since I was 12, 13 years old. I produced for gangster rappers my whole entire life, and I was good at it. They used to call me a young prodigy. Moms helped me. We came up with a little bit of bread for our first pieces of equipment. I remember we went to Salinas to the music store. They had a little Korg, little MIDI something. It was a little Korg synthesizer, and we got a little MIDI controller. That was my first little setup. This is, you know, back in 2000, probably like 2000, 2001. So we're damn near 25 years ago, you know? And we had computers and all that shit back then, but they looked different, you know? And so yeah, we had the little synthesizer and the little keyboard, and then you know, Mom's helped me put it together. She says, she's like, you should open a studio in the bedroom, start charging the people, you know? So that's what I did when I was young, and we had the studio in Mom's house, and we made a lot of good music, man. There's a lot.
So shout out to Oregon Park. Shout out to Mattress Money.
Mattress Money, Uzi Ace, Trelly Mac, in the cut. We rocking, come on. My brother not here right now, Akbar, but man, we still bumping you in the cut, you feel me? You feel where we at? Come on, look where we at. Shining.
So when you hear the term, there's no I in team, what does that mean to you?
Oh yeah, well you gotta have the best team. You have to have the best team. You can't do it without a solid crew. Anything. My team at the tow truck company, my dudes are so dope. We're so professional, dope. These guys are incredible, and I've always had solid people around me. You gotta have a good team. So yeah, it's good to be a selfless person, not a selfish person. You got to be selfless, humble.
So,
yeah.
What do you think was the experience that made you change from the street shit and the doing street stuff and being out there to like really, you know, changing and going straight and being more commercial with it and sticking with it?
Well, with legitimate business, you know, you could build credit. And I've always been told the richest people in the world got rich with other people's money. OPM is what it's called. So I wanted to build up my credit, get credit cards, and be able to, you know, it's tight if you could go in a dealership and buy a Hellcat. But it's even tighter if they'll loan you 100 bands for a business. And if you could turn that 100 bands into 500 bands or whatever, you know, if you could borrow money and make money with it, then you're winning. And you're not even using your own money. You're using other people's money. All the richest people in the world got rich using other people's money, not their own money. So OPM. OPM, man. It's good to have credit, good to be legit, good to pay your taxes, good to do all that shit, because you could do a lot more if you're good with all that, you know?
So, but personally, was there like a personal situation or some type of struggle that you went through that made you like, you know, I'm finna take everything serious, you know, and take business serious and get out the streets?
Nah, I just realized that the towing business for me was a more lucrative business than the music business. I made plenty of bread in the music business or whatever, but nothing like I make driving a tow truck, you know? And, oh yeah, like tow truck drivers make money. That's a good hustle. You know, my guys make money. They make $75 an hour. That's good bread, you know? So I just realized that there was better career choices, better hustles. You know, a lot of people figure it out. You look at a lot of rappers, they got barber shops, they got stores, they got food trucks, restaurants, you know. A lot of rappers got other hustles. It's not just rap. I always thought the rap in the music industry was more of a social thing. It's kind of like a boys club. It's a drinking club. You get together with your boys, y'all go rock the stage, you know. You know, the rappers was only getting a couple bands for the show. I mean, that's okay money. They get like $1,500, 2 bands for the show. They got to get their room and food. By the time they take home, they don't take home that much money. I always thought it was just more for the social thing. You know, unless you really make it. If you're making it on MTV and all that, that's different. Too Short E40, that's a whole different level of success.
So would you ever go back into the music game?
I would, but for the social aspect of it. I'm not expecting to make $1 million in the music business. I never have. I just like kicking it with talented people, man. People that I liked, you know, like the Jacka, man. People like the Jacka.
R.I.P. to Jack, man.
Mob and peace to the Jacka. Like, I grew up and he was my all-time legend, my idol, my hero, and it was my dream in life to be able to make a beat for him. Not about how much money I was gonna make from the music from that. I didn't care about that. I just wanted to make a beat for him because he was my favorite rapper in the world. And that's what I thought about. So like I said, music was more of a social thing for me. I never thought I was gonna get rich with the music business. It's more of a social thing. There's better hustles out there in my opinion.
Now, if we see you step back in the music business, what kind of things will we be expecting?
If I gotta step in and step back in a little bit, probably just so I could shoot a couple beats to people that I think are tight nowadays. There's still a couple artists out there that I would like to work with. And,
would you manage an artist?
I've done that before, and that backfired on me, man. Because they could throw away their whole career and go to jail, and then you don't have an artist no more. So that I don't think that's something that I want to do anymore. Is manage an artist. It's there's better managers out there than me and have time to do something like that. Because if you pick up a young dude in the hood, you really got to pick him up and take him out the fucking hood, and he got to live with you. You can't let him run around and kick it with the homies and do what he does every day, because one day he's going to get himself in trouble if he's really young and dumb, you know? They used to say young, dumb, and full of cum. They out there chasing tail. They out there, dude, they ain't worried about getting in they'll get in the lab a couple, maybe once, twice a week. Right. But then you got to chase them down. Where you at, bro? I'm at this bad thing's house right now, man. They're always doing stuff that's not that important. They got to focus on the music. The girls will come. You don't got to chase the girls because the girl's going to come. You stop thinking about them and all.
Feel free to chime in with your opinions as well in the conversation.
Please do, gentlemen.
So what do you think about the current state of the music business right now? Like when it comes to, you know, the rappers, how they rap, what they rap about, you know, the authenticity. What's your opinion on that?
I'm fairly new to the game, so shout out Mattress Money, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Uzi Boy, shout out Uptown Country, you know what I'm saying? Uptown Country Towing, you know what I'm saying? We're going crazy, shout out Orepark. But yeah, like I said, I was new to the game, man, so I like authenticity, you feel me? Like my boy TF1 right here, you know, he's very versatile.
What's happening with it? What's happening with it? TF1, yep. AKA Bando Banks, AKA Uzi Ace, you feel me? Shout out Uzi Boys. Shout out Mattress Money, you feel me? We out here filming. I engineer, mix, and master. I'm an artist as well. We getting big on TikTok, you feel me? No Name Gang, shout out my gang, you feel me? we just doing our thing, man. Making our money, doing our thing, chasing that bag. But that bag gonna come regardless, you feel me? So come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, but yeah, like I like everything to be authentic and some real shit, you know? Rap about your life. Don't rap about things that you're not doing.
Definitely not. You don't want to do
that.
that.
Yeah, and just work.
We used to call those nerds.
Yeah, nerds.
Yeah, they're nerds. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to
Chewy booties.
Yeah, soft.
You don't want to be a
Soft.
chewy booty. Yeah.
Hey, y'all got that old slang, man.
Chewy booties. Nerds, chewy booties. Yeah, you don't want to be a nerd or a chewy booty. Make sure whatever you rap about is what you're doing, because people are going to know if it's true or false.
So do you think being a hustler and a grinder is something that you born with or something you have to learn?
Not everybody is an entrepreneur. Not everybody is. Some people are amazing workers. There's chiefs and there's Indians, and there's nothing wrong with being an Indian and having a chief. Not everybody is built to be a business owner. Not every, there's people out there that don't want to do that. They have no desire to want to have paperwork and responsibilities. They like to clock in and clock out, 8 to 5. That's what makes them happy. Then they go home to their family life. They go to work the next day. They do 40 hours a week. There's nothing wrong with that. An entrepreneur doesn't ever clock out. You work every single day, 7 days a week, 8 days a week, 400 days a year. You work it every day. There ain't no days off for an entrepreneur, and some people don't want to live like that, and that's okay, man.
Now, do you think that the inclination to be a entrepreneur versus a worker, you think you born with that, or you think that you learn to be like an entrepreneur? You want to be like, what you think? Where do you think that drive comes from?
I can only speak for myself, but I do feel like my entrepreneurism comes from me being on the spectrum with ADHD, 100%. That's where I think my entrepreneurism comes from. It wasn't a disability for me, it was a gift. And because I have this disability, or whatever they call it, ADHD, I'm already 5-10 steps ahead most of the time on stuff. My brain's running so fast. My brain is working overtime. People don't even realize people with on the spectrum are amazing people. I got a son that's autistic. He's only 6 years old. He knows every star and every planet in the universe. Right? He's never smiled or cried before. He has no emotions on his face. His face is the same all the time. He'll just tell you, I'm happy, I'm sad, but his face stays the same. But he could look at the sky and be like, oh, that's Mars, that's Pluto. He's a genius. And you look at some of these geniuses out here, right? Elon Musk, you look at these people, Bill Gates and all these people, they got some kind of disability. Excuse me, gotta go to work. That's work. We chilling. Our blood pressure's lower now. Our heart beats slower out here. You be like this, you be chilling, man. We zen. You know that we zen, man.
Yeah, we zen, man.
We zen.
So what made you choose this type of place to move to?
I like the snow, so in the wintertime, the snow be like 20 million feet tall. That shit, you could jump off the roof into the snow, it gets so deep here. It's just, I love snow, cold, plus with my line of work, the snow and cold is good for tow truck driving. People don't do too good in the snow and cold with their cars, so that's where I come into play. So it's a good hustle out here for me in the winter, and I just like this shit. This backdrop is nice. I'm a coast boy, I come from the ocean, so I've been living inland for 10 years. It was nice to move back to at least some type of body of water. It reminded me of living on the ocean, kind of. We got beaches, and it's just a beautiful place.
So if you could go back and tell your 16-year-old self something, what would you tell him, knowing what you know now?
I would say don't waste all that money on those car projects. I would have been focused more on getting my money up first, and then building up my whips back then, because I used to spend all my money on my cars as a kid, and I could have been investing that money and making money with that money, but instead I just wanted to have cool cars. The cool cars will come later. Focus on the investments and making money. That was my biggest thing, is I just wanted the cars. I was young and wanted the cars. I spent all my money on my cars. Ain't got no money, but I got cars. You know, that wasn't a good way to do it. I should have focused more on making bread, investing the bread, and I would have did probably a lot better in life. And I did okay, and I'm still doing it, you know, but I could have set myself up easier and quicker, you know? And what else would I told myself? Take risks. Take risks. Don't be scared of risks. Risks are good. Yeah, if you don't take the risk, you might not get the payout, you know? So you got to take some risk, whether they're financial, you know? Take a financial risk here and there. Invest a little bit, you know, see if it pays out, you know? You got to take those risks, you know?
Have you noticed any differences about yourself, how you think, and how you move since you've left, you know, where you grew up?
Well, yeah, it's been a long time, so I've had so many NDEs in my life. Near-death experiences will change the way you are.
Tell us a little bit about those.
I can't get into all of them because some of them were legal battles and other stuff, but I can't get into all my near-death experiences. But you know, I've had so much weird shit happen to me over my life. I've had 3, 4, 5 concussions in my life and injuries, and near-death experiences will definitely change you and make you how you are, and everything you deal with in life makes you who you are as you get older and older, you know? All your trials and tribulations all kind of make you who you are.
Do you feel like you're a product of your environment?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
In what way?
The way I grew up and the people I grew up with is probably the reason the way I am, you know? I'm sure if I grew up in, let's just say I grew up in Montana, I probably would have been like a hunter or a professional fisherman or some shit, you know what I mean? But I didn't even know how to use a drill or a tool or any of that. I didn't know how to be a man. No one ever showed me how to be a man growing up in the city where I grew up, you know? I didn't learn how to do all that shit until I moved to the mountains. Then I learned how to use a chainsaw and tools, and I taught myself how to be a man. I didn't have no one to teach me how to be a man. You know, my dad wasn't there like that. He was out in Southern California surfing or whatever the fuck he was doing, you know, but he wasn't around, so I had to teach myself how to be a man, you know? So yeah, where you grow up definitely has to do a lot with who you become in life and the things you're interested in and the way you talk and walk and dress. Definitely has a lot to do with where you grow up, for sure, you know?
Y'all think,
Upcountry to me.
do y'all think being a hustler and a grinder is something that you're born with or something that's taught?
That motherfucker learned. It's taught.
Oh, I texted you
It's
guys.
taught. It's also circumstance too, bruh. Cause for real, depends on where you brought up. For real, cause I ain't gonna lie. Like before I was hanging out with Ak and them and trailing them, I wasn't hustling like I was now. So it was developed for real since I was a youngin'. So I can't really speak for anybody else but myself. But I do think it's developed and learned depending on what circumstances you put in. If it was life can change at any moment. Cause you could have that. Just clock in, clock out.
But I will. I could help you. I can help you on Monday when I read
change.
it.
So you feel me? It's all up to circumstance.
All
I
right.
said the same thing that they both said.
You think it's taught?
I think it's taught, you know. I definitely had it in me, but I had jobs before, you know. I'm not afraid to work, but I realized, you know, I like to live like this, you know, like I gotta cut in a couple minutes, you know what I'm saying? But I can leave and do this and come back. So I started surrounding myself by people that have that mindset. But you know, I don't mind working, bro.
That's called birds of a feather flock together. That's what that is. It's true. People, you know, some people believe this, some people don't, but they say the world's magnetic energy, and it's called the law of attraction. So you are who you associate yourself with. So if you hang around people that are successful, you're going to naturally become successful because you are in a way being taught. But it has to do with also just believing in your heart that you're going to become successful and it's going to work too. And we all create our own lives. We do. We create our own lives. There's a action and a reaction. Everything we do has an action and a reaction. We're all responsible and accountable for our own actions, no matter what it is. Every time, everybody be trying to blame everybody. You know, like, oh man, I hate my baby mom. I hate her guts, but whatever. I hate this person. They're always blaming everybody, but really it's just you.
Right.
you would have never had that baby mom if you didn't pick her. It's your fault. So once everybody realized we're accountable for our own actions, you got the secret now. That's the secret, is being accountable for everything. And once I figured out that I'm accountable for everything I do in this world, good and bad, I'm at peace with my life now. I'm at peace with my life. Man, before we end this segment, man, we've had a beautiful day here, and I'm gonna let y'all know we had a beautiful day here in Lake Tahoe now. And I want to give a huge big shout out to the Uzi Boys,
Yes, sir.
Mattress Money,
Yes, sir.
and Bando Banks.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We still out here, like Jackie used to tell me. This is the advice Jackie used to tell me. If you making music and you're in the music business and you're doing it, just keep doing it. The ones that have been doing it are just gonna keep doing it, so just keep doing it. That's what he used to tell me, and it was a really simple thing, and I'm just, oh, that's easy. Just, that's why I'll keep making beats here. I'm not done forever. I'll make beats because Jackie told me you're supposed to. You're just supposed to because that's what you do. It's never been about the bread, ever. Every single rapper I know got hustles.
Jack said, get that shit away.
Yeah.
Jack said, get that shit away. I love
Every
it, Jack.
rapper got another hustle.
Yeah.
So that you make your rapper money, but you gotta have another hustle. Like HD used to, from Bareface says. Shout out HD, Bareface. You gotta have more than one hustle. He has a whole song about it. Represent the struggle. You gotta have more than one hustle. You have to. You have to have more than one hustle.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing wrong with having multiple streams of revenue. That is a good way to make it in this world, and that's what I like to do. Yeah.